I hope all of you are well in these trying, troubling, and challenging times. Over the last few months since October 7th, our community has sought to bring light, comfort, and connection within our temple family and in our larger Jewish community. At the same time, we have sought to advocate for our people in the broader region at a time of metastasizing anti-Semitism. We have gathered in prayer to sustain our faith, to lament our loss, and out of the ashes of bitterness and despair, to forge a vision for a more promising, more peaceful future. I've shared with many of you that in so many ways, I feel like I've been preparing for this unprecedented and uncertain moment for my entire rabbinic life. With few exceptions over the last 80 years, there has never been a time when the stakes seem so high, the consequences so weighty, and the call of leadership so significant. But I also must share that as a rabbi, as a Jew, and as a human being, I've rarely struggled so mightily out of the deepest sense of my moral conviction with what is required for our safety and our survival, especially for our people in Israel. I truly believe that the nation of Israel faces unrivaled threats and imminent danger, and that it is engaged in a just war of self-defense. But as the civilian losses mount in fulfillment of Hamas's genocidal nihilism, a denial of the inherent value of life for Jew and Palestinian alike, I hope and I pray that this just war is being fought justly. I ache for the innocents of Gaza, especially the children, so brutally exploited by the same tyranny Israel seeks to vanquish in pursuit of its own survival. But any talk of a ceasefire is futile and hurtful without a firm commitment to the release of all Israeli hostages. And yet, though I am not a military strategist nor expert in conflict, I cannot help feeling that there must be some way to achieve these objectives with less loss of life, despite the unique and untenable battlefield that Israel must face in the tunnels and alleyways of cities twisted into terror bases. I suspect that many of you share my struggle, my concerns, and my hope. Toward that end, we want to continue to offer opportunities to come together to wrestle with these issues, to bring our Jewish conscience and values to this tragic and tumultuous moment. Not to argue or persuade, not to grandstand or score points, but merely to share the in-between spaces of the Spirit that so many of us are experiencing. Through carefully curated discussions with guidelines that secure the value of machloket l'shem shamayim, civil discourse for the sake of heaven, we invite you into a conversation, a time for connection, a time for consciousness raising, a time to bring healing and hope to our hurting souls.